Hello and welcome to everybody on Cloud Fitness. So in today's video, we are going to discuss on Azure Event Grid. So in my previous video on Event Grid, I have very well explained about what Azure Event Grid is, why we should use it, what are its key features, and what are the basic concepts involved in Azure Event Grid. So now in the today's session, we are going to do a hands-on session on Azure Event Grid using the Logic Apps. So this is the same visual which you have seen in my previous video as well. What kind of example we are going to pick up today is we are going to take a blob storage. So blob storage, if any file arrives in blob storage or blob gets created, so that will be an event for us. Now based on that event, Logic App should trigger. So this is our flow, and in between what you see over here is topics, event grids and subscription. We are going to use a built-in connector of Azure Event Grid inside Logic App. So that is the reason in that case is we do not have to create any topics and subscriptions. So I wanted to give you this example before moving on to another example where we have to create a topic and we have to subscribe to it, right? So that example I'll take in my next video. So before that, I wanted to show you how to use built-in features as well, because most of the Azure resources, they have built-in feature enabled itself. So let's go to the portal and see how we can do that. So the very first thing that is required here is, like, you have to create a storage account and you have to create a Logic App, right? Because if you see this diagram, we need to create first a blob storage and a Logic App. Just to save the time, I have already created. Right now you can see on my screen, just now the deployment has completed for both the storage account as well as the Logic App. You can go ahead and deploy. And now what we'll do is I'll directly go to the resource. So I'll go to the Logic App over here. And now guys, what you can see over here is the Logic App URL. So now in this case, let's go ahead and select a blank Logic App. Now when you select a blank Logic App, you have to select the connector. As I've already explained that we are going to use Azure Event Grid connector. But now the most important and the commonly asked question here would be why you are using Event Grid connector, right? You can go ahead and you can select a blob storage connector, right? You can directly connect blob to the Logic App. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll select the blob connector here when a blob is added or modified to answer it. Now if you see over here, you are actually required to pass on how often do you want to check for items. So what this essentially mean is that after every 3 minutes or any frequency, you might set any frequency over here, minute, seconds, minutes, hour. So after every 3 minutes, just go to my blob storage, just check if there is any modification. If there is a modification, then trigger this Logic App. It says this, but essentially there are two things which comes as negative here. The very first is there will be a time lag, so you will not be able to use this for any IoT applications or any real time, because you will definitely have lag. And the second thing is you are going to pay each time your Logic App hits the blob after every 3 minutes. So each time it checks, for you are going to pay for each check, right? And of course you don't want to do that. So because of that, it is not a good idea to use this option. So let's go ahead and select on Azure Event Grid option over here. So when a resource event occurs, let's go and select it, and then we are going to provide the subscription. So I'll choose my subscription over here. Now once I've chosen my subscription, I'm going to select the resource type. Now resource type is basically what I'm trying to do. For me, the resource is a storage account, right? Because I am trying to create topics out of storage account. So if I go back to this diagram, my event publisher is where event occurs, right? Where I want to create my event. I want to create my event in blob storage. So that's why I'll select storage account in this place, and then the resource name. So I'll select my storage account name over here. Now once I've selected my storage account name, I'll actually go ahead and select the property, right? So what kind of action I want to perform, like what kind of trigger action I want to perform. So I want to, like, it can be blob created, blob deleted. So let's click on blob created. So whenever a blob will be created, it will actually create an event. So let's go ahead and save this option, and then I'll go back to the logic app over here, and then I'll go back to my storage account as well. So the moment I go back to my storage account, I'll go in the container, or let me go in the storage explorer. It's in the preview option. It's in preview right now. You can use it if you want to use it. Otherwise, you can download the storage explorer as well. So coming on to the containers, I will actually create a test container first, right? And you see logic app over here. In the meantime, I'll just refresh it. You see the runs history. There is nothing in the runs history. If I click on trigger history, there is already something. So let's go back and try to create a new container. Now let me go inside it and try to upload a blob. So I've just uploaded a blob over here. So now guys, what you will see is the moment I have uploaded the blob here, at the same time the event would have got triggered. So now you can see at 8:04 p.m. And with the duration of 38 milliseconds. So you can see that the time difference is very less, and it has already triggered the run. So it happens parallelly. The moment you update the blob, at the same time your run will succeed, and in fact it will start. And you can see the details over here. If you click on that, you will be actually able to see the details. So you can see when the resource event occurs, and you can see the green tick over here and what happens over here. So you have your subscription, you have your resource type, and you have your properties, everything defined over here, right? You can actually see what I was discussing in my previous video regarding topics, right? So we did not create any topic over here. We did not create any subscription, but automatically here a topic will be created for us. So this is our topic, right? The first one. And similarly, we have everything created. It will actually show you at what time, what was the type of the blob, right? At what time it was created. So all these details will also be present here, right? So what was the time when it happened, so all these details you can go ahead and see here. So now let's go ahead and upload one more blob and see what happens, right? It should be able to take the other blob as well. So I'm just going and selecting one more blob, and I'm trying to upload it right now. And you would actually see that, again, the logic app would have triggered. I will go back to the logic app, and now you can see within this much time, and again it got triggered. So the number of times I will update my blob, that number of times it will trigger. And you can actually see that it is mostly a parallel operation within no time. So this is how your event grid works, and you can do it for almost everything. So the moment, let's say, your image comes into a blob storage, and in that case, the moment it comes, you want to resize it, right? Without doing anything, you just want to resize it. So those kind of operations can be eventually done. And even when you talk about logic apps, right? So this is just a demo, so that is why I just had this. When a resource event occurs, I just had this connector. You can add n number of steps over here, whatever number of steps you want. Like if you want to send an email, or you want to do anything, right? You can just simply select connect it over here, give the properties, and your workflow would be ready, right? So this is pretty much that I wanted to cover in this video. I do recommend watching my first video prior to this for a better understanding, because there are a lot of keywords involved. So I hope the first video, if you watch before, that will give you a very good idea. And in the next video, we are going to create custom events. So we are going to create custom topics, right? And we are going to create subscriptions as well. So I hope you like the content, and do remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.